Hi there everyone, and welcome to another episode, and I see the sound guy screeching already for his levels. Episode number 3 of the Glory Days, Return of the Sound Guy, where hopefully this week we'll actually get some interaction with our guests. We have fixed our microphone issues. So we're back here on the couch for our third and final of our studio feature-length performances, and joining me on the couch today, returning from his hiatus, he got poached to Melbourne for the football last week, under 23's ex-silver medalist, Harry Vanderwood.
Nick, it's good to be back after being dropped last week. It was devastating, and to come back and see all the new technologies, it's very exciting. So.
And you've brought your seeing eye dog with you today, Harry?
Yeah, my therapy dog just keeps me calm on the couch, so it's important.
Does explain why I had so much trouble training you to be a good back when I was coaching you.
Just needed a dog in there with me.
And also in for her second stint, coach of the Australian under-23 women's team, Hannah Robertisso. Hannah, thanks for joining us.
It's a pleasure. I've just got a little bit of mask action. I've just got out of the pool, so I'm playing the ferocious under-23 Colombian girl. So it's very exciting to be here.
Yeah, there's a few teams here already, and it's great to see them here. And it was a good game.
It was a really good game. We played the under-19 Colombian team and the Argentinian girls as well, under-23s. So very, very fierce competition for the under-23s and the under-19s division. So I'm excited to see how it's going to play out.
And the pool's nice and clean and fast in there today.
The pool is looking absolutely spotless. Pool deck's clean. Everyone's very excited. There's lots of singing and dancing already. So I think everyone's getting ready for the whole thing to start.
Yeah. And then also joining us today, a stalwart of the couch, panel expert, coach extraordinaire, world-renowned head coach David Lambert. Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Nick. Thanks for having me back. And just came off the golf course. Had a miserable time out there because I was so excited to be here on the couch. And in my way in, I saw the Turkish fellows walking down the street. And last night I picked up a few Colombians in the city. They were very cold, they were complaining, but all in good spirit and everyone's having a good time. Yeah.
And when you say pick up, Dave, I'm assuming you mean give a lift.
Oh, give a lift to, yes. Their van only could seat, I think, 8 at a time, and they were all screaming on the corner, jumping around trying to stay warm. So I offered to give them a lift back to the Discovery Lodge.
Small logistical problem there for the Colombians at the moment. 40 players, one 8-seater van. It's a little bit of a squeeze.
Some would describe it as a team building activity, so I'm open to that interpretation as well.
Cool. So we've got a huge show for you this week. We're going to go through some housekeeping issues, look at the pool layout. We're going to have a look at some of the events that are coming on in the schedule. We're then going to have a talk about the streaming and some of the sponsorship that we've put together. We're then going to go to our Homegrown Heroes segment, check out some refs time out with a couple of the new referees we've got here. Then we're going to swing over to the Customs Lounge, meet a couple of international players, finish up with some exciting stats, and then bring it all home with Media Watch. So it's a massive show, Harry.
Yeah, look, I'm excited for firstly the stats, probably the number one thing for me today, and also the refs time out. I think could be my favourite segment now. So hopefully the refs we've got have got some good things to say, maybe some controversial things early in the tournament.
Yeah, not to put the pressure on
Make a referee statement early.
Okay, so we're going to start with a quick look at the pool layout. And my lovely assistant will throw over the screen here. We've got an image showing how the pool is going to be set up, which we can see there now. So you can see it's a 50-metre Olympic-sized swimming pool. It's only 8 lanes by 50 metres long. So to get our 25-metre courts, the courts run down the length of the pool as opposed to across the pool, which gives us only a small coaches area on the side there. We then have, at the end there, a dive pool, which is 25 by 30 metres, and that will run as the warm-up pool.
And 5 metres deep, though. People should know that's 5 metres deep. Yeah.
Along next to the dive pool, there's a set of showers, which we'll be using for the athletes to shower off before they get in, and that'll be keeping the water quality clean thing. Now, at the top left-hand corner of your screen, you'll see there's a yellow arrow there. That will be the athlete's entrance into the centre, okay? Those grandstands next to the pool will be for the athletes only, and that's where they'll set up, hop into the dive pool to warm up, and then they hop across into the competition pool once their game starts. Once their game finishes, you'll see on the right-hand side, kind of next to where my fingers are, just there, is where tournament control will be. So that's where the office is, that's where the booth with all the streaming. Also, out front of that, we're going to have this amazing brown vinyl couch, which will be where we're going to run the Glory Days from. And at the end of a game, each team will nominate a player or a referee or someone who's happy to come and jump on the couch and have a quick just 10-second powwow. We'll ask you a couple of questions. How was the game? Anyone you want to say hi to back home? tell us how good a job we're doing, all that kind of stuff, all those important things. So I think that's a really exciting thing, Han, for the players to be able to get some FaceTime on the stream.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of people have always wanted to be able to talk to their family and friends immediately after a game, so that's a pretty special way of doing it. So it's very exciting.
And then back into the dive pool, cool down, and then it's a matter of grabbing their bags, walking down the side of the pool. If we'll get the image back up there for a second. As we walk down the side of the pool, on the left-hand side of the image, down past court 2, you'll see at the bottom of the image there is the change rooms. So players will grab their bags, grab all their stuff, exit the pool deck from there. So you'll be coming in through the door at the top, exiting through the change rooms at the bottom, and then the next set of teams will come in. So it'll be, if your game is next, 50 minutes before your game, you'll be allowed in. During your game, you're allowed there. And then for the kind of game after yours, while you're packing your stuff up and leaving that space. Spectators will have all the grandstands along the side of the courts there, but they won't have any access to the pool deck. So that will all be fenced off across the bottom of the grandstands. And then setting up in the top corner at the bottom left on our screen there, top corner of the pool, bottom left of the screen, is where we'll have all our stalls. And we've got lots of our sponsors behind me, Nage, Shark Underwater Hockey Equipment, 6AA, Vertex and Aquatic Equipment Australia from Alex, who we had on the show recently. And they're going to be setting up, selling all sorts of equipment and merchandise, which I think is great to have at the tournament, Harry.
Yeah, it's exciting. Hopefully we'll be able to get a few freebies. Obviously, being on the panel, pretty important people. So we'll be going after a few of our friends there with the sponsors and trying to get some free stuff.
Hey, Nick, can I ask you a question about the teams, where the teams are? Are you going to segregate that up so that the teams will be in one section at a time, or are you going to just have it sort of like free-for-all?
So at this stage, Dave, it's going to be a free-for-all. Okay. There's seating for 200 people in that grandstand area, so it should hopefully be enough room for everyone. But we will have volunteers staffing the door and making sure that only the teams who should be in there, because we've got that limited space, are in there. So like I said, 50 minutes before your game starts, and then during your game, and then after you've cooled down, so about 20 minutes after your game, you're expected to.
Right, so that's very similar to what we had in South Africa, where you couldn't go on to the area until your allotted time. So that's pretty important for everyone to keep an eye on that. Can't go in. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, all I can remember from South Africa is a gold medal, Dave, so it's a bit hard to kind of focus on.
Yeah, you don't remember the grass or me organising,
corralling
you in the
water was or any of those things.
Exactly.
So Nick, some of the athletes will be wondering about food and whether they can access food at the complex. Is that an opportunity?
Yep, so we've worded up the cafeteria to have a lovely selection of tasty treats. And over the first couple of days, they'll be getting their kind of scheduling and right through that. If anyone does want to make contact directly with the pool, then just let me know through the webpage or the Facebook page. We have had a few of the countries who have made contact and are getting lunches provided by the cafeteria, especially in the under-19 women's division, where some days, Harry, they're playing 3 games a day.
Yeah, that's rough. I don't think I could do it. I think I just fall down after 1.5 games, just cramp up. But you'd want a lot of food. I like to eat a lot of food anyway, but after 3 games, you'd want to be getting that done.
I'm looking up the back of our vast studio audience we've got here, and I can see there's some of the under-19 Kiwi girls here, and they don't look too scared about the fact that there's going to be 3 games a day.
No, they look kind of fit and angry, if anything. Actually, looking at them.
I think that's because they're under 23s, actually.
Is that right? Am I?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Under 19.
No, you're under 19.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, well, my bad. Sorry, you look so old.
Big and scary.
Okay, so everything I've just talked about leads nicely into my next little brief, which is time schedule of events and things that are coming up. So everything I've just mentioned is going to be covered in depth at the captains and coaches meeting. And Dave, I know you love a captains and coaches meeting.
Oh, very controversial every year. I won't mention the blue gloves. Excuse me.
But we'll try and get everyone watching this, get all your players jumping on and watching this first little bit so they can have a look at that image, figure out where the traffic is going to go at the pool deck, because there's going to be a lot of people there. So the pool seats 800. We've now sold 215 supporters tickets. There's 400 athletes here. It's going to be busy, Harry.
Yeah, you'd want to know where you're going. You wouldn't want to rock up too early and be stuck outside in the cold. You'd want to time it pretty well. So,
I heard Wednesday's going to be 0 degrees.
Really?
Yeah, on top of 11.
Sunny though.
Yeah, sunny. Oh,
sunny.
Always
It'll
sunny
be
in
beautiful.
Hobart. Always sunny in Hobart.
Okay, so that captains and coaches meeting for everyone is on the 11th at 8 p.m. in the Philip Smith Theatre, which is directly opposite the pool. So if all 3 people from each team really is allowed to come, with a coach, a vice captain and a captain, and then the managers from each country, and please make sure you're there on time. please make sure that you have looked at the information pack, which will be released onto the website tomorrow morning and onto the Facebook page. Only ask questions if they're not covered in that Facebook pack. In that pack, ask other teams, ask your manager, ask other managers, have a chat around the pool deck. We want to try and make that meeting flow as quickly as we can. So the other event I really want to plug is the 13th, 5:30 p.m. at the Farrell Centre at the Friends Junior School is when the opening ceremony is going to be. It's going to be a fabulous event. We aren't going to be live streaming that one. We will, however, be recording, mashing together a cut-up, which I believe is going to be soundtracked by the dulcet tones of Harry Vanderwood.
Well, yeah, I thought it was actually live streaming, Nick, so this is news to me.
I didn't want to put
Normally
the pressure on you.
Yeah, well, we'll have to revisit my contract again on that one, but we'll see what we can do.
All right, I'll give you back some of the money you paid me to let you come on the
Thanks,
show.
mate, I appreciate it.
Okay, so the next thing I really wanted to get into and talk about was the streaming and the sponsorship. So some of you will have seen this afternoon we put out onto Facebook that we've got a GoFundMe campaign going to try and raise some money to cover the cost of the streaming. Streaming has been a massively contentious issue across the last few World Championships. Some people may not be aware, but post-South Africa, there was invoices that went out to the countries requesting some additional money from the teams to help cover the cost of the streaming. A couple of weeks before the tournament, streaming wasn't even going to happen. Castellon, there were huge headaches with people trying to log on using CMAS licenses, with having to pay to get access to the stream. It's probably you have to look back to as far as maybe Hungary to find in 2013. So, we're going back 4 years to find a free stream that worked for people to get access to. But even then, that was plagued with issues of cameras getting broken and foggy vision and all these kind of issues that come up with the streaming. But the main point has been that how's it paid for, who's paying for it, and how do you get access to it? So the decision we've made this time is to make it free. And at the moment, Underwater Hockey Australia is wearing the cost of the purchase of all the equipment. Okay, so the streaming's costing in excess of 40,000 Australian dollars to put together. That's to get the cameras, to have the mixing boards, to do all those kind of... Sean's squinting at me. I'm talking too loud, am I, mate? No? Okay. Well, try not to squint too much. It just distracts me from my diatribes. So it's a huge, huge undertaking, not to mention the hundreds, probably upon thousands of volunteers hours we're getting together with commentating, people sitting on the panel, trying to get together, people to switch, people to hold cameras, set up cameras, be runners on pool decks, radioing messages backwards and forwards. So we've managed to raise a lot of funds in sponsorship, a lot from, and our thanks go out to the Tasmanian State Government, Hobart City Council, who have put together a great package of support for us through the centre and through some tourism grants for us plugging Tasmania here. But we still have approximately $20,000 that UHA is forking up to pay for the equipment, of which we're trying to look to raise about 10,000, which isn't hopefully an unachievable amount, I don't think, Han?
No, absolutely not. And I think we can all agree that streaming and the visibility of the sport is one of the most essential things for the longevity, but also the new engagement of people. And a lot of people will say, what is underwater hockey? And when you've got good footage to show them, it's really, really important. So it's a priority for us.
Yeah, so we didn't want to make people pay. That was the main thing. We wanted everyone to be able to show it. We want mums, dads, grandmas, the friend down the street, Bob, who runs the fish and chip shop. Anyone can log on and have a look. If you do watch a couple of games and you do enjoy it, then it'd be great if you could donate some money to help support the cause. Anything we do get over that 10,000, which is a massive pipe dream at the moment, I think, Harry, but would just go straight back into developing junior underwater hockey in Australia. So... Bottom line, if you like the stream, if you're enjoying the glory days, then jump onto the GoFundMe page, which you see the link to bottom there. The link is also in the channel chat, and jump on and support the sport. And let's really hope we get a lot of viewers out there. So.
Yeah, and Nick, I know we've got a lot of people in Asia countries, China, Japan, Singapore, the Philippines, that all play underwater hockey. So they're always happy to watch a game, but if they can't see anything, they just go, oh, no, next time. So good on you. Yeah.
Look, fingers crossed. We've done a lot of work to get the pool clarity right. We've done a lot of work to make sure that we've got good connection speeds. We've got good equipment. Hopefully we'll have good sound now that our sound guy's been away training in the Tasmanian Alps for the last week. Yeah. But it's still a huge undertaking, and it's a lot of pressure. And if people could be understanding of any issues we do have and provide constructive feedback. And like I said, it's a donation system. If you're not enjoying it, you don't have to watch, and you don't have to pay anything, but we would appreciate if you aren't watching or you aren't paying, why? What is it we're not doing? What do you need? What's letting us down? And we'll do everything we can to fix it. Because really, we're trying to make this the one of the best broadcasts and one of the best worlds that's been so far.
Yeah, I think nail on the head there with the quality, Nick. In the past, I remember as a player being quite upset that you'd have to pay money to get the stream, and then the quality of the stream or the replays was pretty poor. Whereas this time it's sort of the opposite way. It's free of charge, and then assuming that the quality, as we've all worked so hard over the past sort of few months, is going to be fantastic. And then no one's, I don't think, really minds putting in a few dollars here and there if it's going to be quality sort of things that you can use, and teams learn off these sort of. There's nothing like trying to watch one of your games to learn some experiences from a previous game, and then just you can't see anything because the pool's foggy or the camera's dodgy or in the wrong position. So yeah, I really think this could be worth putting some money towards if it is quality, which it should be. And
a huge shout out to Mr. Thomas Miller from Western Australia, our first person to donate to the GoFundMe campaign. $25, and there's a big kiss and a hug waiting for you, Tommy, when I see you next.
Yeah, well done, Tom.
Oh yeah.
So, we are now going to get into the stuff that people actually want to see. We are going to get some athletes on here, and we're going to start off with homegrown heroes. And joining us today on the couch from the Australian Under-19 women's team and her Worlds and Australian team debut, the number 8 centre forward, Jess Cohen.
Hi.
Welcome, Jess.
Thank you.
And you've brought your dog as well, Jess, is that right?
Yeah, no, she's just over there with Mum.
I think
Hiding
she
out the
is possibly one of the friendliest puppies I've ever seen in the live underwater hockey stream. So it's very, and you can see she's desperate to get to you. So we might even want to release her onto the set at some stage.
Oh,
There we
Our
go.
producer has just let her out.
Yeah, you got the producer. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah, that'll help you feel more at home, Jess.
So Jess, is she the team mascot?
Yeah, our team does all love her.
Very
Yeah.
good. And has the team started to arrive now?
The WA girls get in at 9 o'clock tonight.
Okay.
So we'll see them soon.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
That's
So,
good.
Jess, a huge privilege to play for your country, but even more exciting to play in your home state. It must be something you really never thought would happen.
No, definitely not. I'm still coming to terms with it, to be honest. Like, it's all pretty exciting. But yeah, getting very real. Yeah.
And Jess, I hear that you are reasonably fast. Everyone says you're a very fast player. Do you reckon that's got anything to do with your background from swimming?
Yeah, well, I did do competitive swimming for about 7 years, which is what led me into underwater hockey. So it does definitely help with the strike, getting out to get the puck first, I guess.
Well, Jess, I'm always trying to recruit swimmers, so it's very exciting to have you on part of the Australian team as well.
Thanks.
How have you found the training so far? I know when I'm down at the pool, I've seen you down there doing your stuff, working with Chris and some of the other girls. Gabby, I think, was mainly down there with you. Who else
Yeah.
has been helping you along there?
We've had lots of help from the under-23 women as well. They've been pushing us a lot. And then, yeah, we've got Maddie as well from Tassie down there. But like the whole underwater hockey community in Tassie has just been so supportive of all of us and pushing us to our best.
And Jess, how do you find the main differences between squad training and underwater hockey swim training?
Well, squad training's a lot more like, well, we don't use fins as much, obviously. And I don't know, I guess underwater hockey's a lot more like underwater work.
Holding your breath.
Yeah,
Yeah,
big
yeah.
part of it. Yeah, but I don't know, it's a lot more enjoyable, I reckon, doing underwater hockey. Like, it's more friendly and all that, whereas swimming was like such an individual sort of thing.
I remember one of our teammates, Olivia Sanderson, also said that at swimming meets there would be no eye contact between competing players.
No.
Whereas in underwater hockey, you have really strong friendships all
Yeah.
across the world. So have you noticed that as well?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Were you at the pool on Thursday night with all the, I think we had, what was it, about 40 Colombians and 30 Argentinians?
Argentinians.
Did you
Yeah.
meet some of the girls there?
Yeah, I met some of the girls and some of the guys, and they all seemed very friendly.
And so we've
Yeah.
had 2 or 3 hit-outs against them this week, just some fun social games down at the pool, great atmosphere. Is it what you expected playing against the other countries?
Yeah, I didn't expect them all to be so easygoing and friendly. Like, I thought there'd be a bit more rivalry there.
Oh, that's
but-
because the Kiwis weren't here yet.
But no, it was really good. I got in for a game with about 5 of the Colombian under-23 men. I got a bit beaten up, but it was good fun. So
I think we all do, though, don't we?
Yeah, that's right.
And who are you most looking forward to playing at this tournament, Jess?
I don't know. I've heard like pretty good things about the New Zealand people, so should be good to see how we go against them.
Yeah, well, you were having a bit of a chat with them back there in the green room here at our fancy studio, and have you made some friends there already?
No, I actually haven't spoken to anyone.
Excellent. And okay, I'm going to put you on the spot. Who's your favourite teammate?
Ooh, oh,
I don't know if we should go
No.
there, Nick.
Ooh.
We don't start.
Okay. Worst person you've ever had to play hockey with?
They may well be sitting on the couch right now, so we don't want to talk about it.
No, Terry.
Best, most fun game you've ever played?
I reckon C grade actually on a Wednesday night. That's good fun.
And is it
Yeah.
true that you're the best and fairest for
Yes.
C grade? Is
Oh,
that
am I?
right?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Oh,
You
okay.
failed to attend our illustrious presentation
Oh,
evening on Wednesday
sorry.
night, but yes, congratulations,
Congratulations,
Tasmanian
yeah.
C grade best and fairest.
Oh,
thanks.
That's a huge achievement.
Well done.
Good.
Well, thanks for joining us on the couch today, Jess. It's great to get the athlete's perspective. If you'd like to give a shout out to anyone at home or a message to any of the other teams that are coming to let them know what you're ready for, this is your chance to get on the soapbox in 10 minutes, 10 seconds of fame.
No, I guess the other teams should just be ready for us because
Oh,
our
yeah.
teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done, Jess.
Thanks,
Alright.
Jeff.
Thanks a lot,
Thanks.
Jess.
Good luck.
Oh, come on, we either
Yeah.
Oh,
We coordinate this.
Thanks, Jess.
Jess Cohen there, centre for the Australian Under-19 Women first tournament. Great to get her on the couch. So next, we're switching across to Ref's Timeout. Harry, your favourite segment.
Just love it.
And joining us on the couch from Argentina, their first time reffing at a Worlds tournament and their first time in Australia, I believe, Roberto Videla and Carla Brabia. Thank you very much for joining us.
Welcome.
Yes, you're welcome. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, why?
Why?
This is a complex question.
What brings you to Australia? Why did you start refereeing?
Oh, because it's our first time we are presenting the big 2 teams under 23, under 19. So we want to be here to be present in that moment. It's the first time that Argentina is here.
Yeah, it is absolutely fantastic that Argentina has managed not only to get to their first Worlds for juniors, but also when it's such a journey from Argentina to Australia. For your first one to be here, it's such a privilege for us to have you here. And I've met quite a few of the Argentinian players at Worlds over the years and been to a few barbecues with them at other places. And I've had messages from all of them saying, oh, tell all the players and everyone that it's so great and we're all cheering for them. And so look, from us, thank you very much for coming, and we're so excited that you're here. So it's a huge, huge effort. So how did you get into refereeing, Roberto?
We usually referee at Argentina at our local competitions, and we really need to be here to practice and to have more experience in refereeing in Worlds or for the future.
And I think Han will agree with me on this one for sure. Carla, it's so great to see more ladies coming and doing more refereeing because we have so few ladies reffing at the tournament. Have you met any of the other referees yet?
I haven't referees in international. I have referees in Argentine
Yep.
only.
So maybe you'll make some good friends when you're here then. I think the referees have a very good time together at a tournament.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Respect that.
And how is the accommodation down at Montacute? Is it very
In
good?
Montacute.
Rose
It's
is
very-
looking after you?
It's very
Oh.
nice.
Yep.
It's a great place. Angus is not here, but he compared with my hotel, and he said, "No, your hotel is cheap, really cheap.
And,
Montague is great."
are you looking forward to the ref's beep test? The swimming
test.
fitness test?
I practice.
Everyone is always very scared. You got any tips for the beep test, Harry?
I don't know if I've ever done it, Nick.
I
think it was
thought you were
phased out
the
long before
beep
I-
test master, Vanderwood.
Well, yeah. I mean, I normally subtle ways of
consistent
avoiding
effort,
it.
Threshold Harry
Asthma,
Vanderwood.
playing, just, normal things.
Leg cramp.
Harry, Dave's put me through a few beep tests over the year.
If
Just
you-
relax, be calm.
If you need any excuses, you can ask Harry Vanderwood.
Okay,
Please.
so I'm going to put
Take in mind.
I'm going to put you on the spot, and we're going to do a couple of referee tests. So I'm going to do some signals, and you guys have to tell me what signal I'm making. Okay. So I'm going to start with an easy one.
I don't know.
So this one. Okay. All right. We'll go to some more fun ones.
Why don't we
So
do,
Can we remember this one? Yeah. What's this one?
Tell me you this one.
Oh, I'm a good boy. Never. We were actually meant to have Vero on here to say, but she's stuck in traffic, and yeah, Vero's done this one to me lots of times. So,
1, 2.
what about this one? Can you remember this one? Yeah.
You are getting some time at the corner.
Oh,
Another 2 minutes.
and then probably my favourite one.
It's the second, so just
Yeah.
My favourite
5
one
minutes.
that the players often do on the bottom, which referees sometimes have trouble interpreting, but it's this one where they look at the ref, they blow a heap of bubbles, and they go. Do you know what that one means? It just means play on. Don't do it.
remember our English is not so good. Remember, speak slowly.
I know the Colombians always at me. Nick, slowly. I get so excited. So thanks for joining us on the couch today. Which team are you looking forward to refereeing the most?
I really don't know. You, Carla?
No.
Which is the first time?
The first international, yes.
No. Which team are you going to refer? No, we really don't know. We just
That-
arrived.
The perfect
Today.
answer.
After
No,
after
perfect.
30. No,
30.
perfect. You should never be excited about one team. Every team should be excited.
Don't ask me after 30 more or less flight hours.
Yeah,
You don't care.
No.
just want to sleep.
Give me a rest.
Well, we'll catch up with you guys during the tournament to see how you're going. Do you have any messages for the Argentinian fans at home that you would like to say?
You, Carla?
¿De qué?
In Spanish, you can say
Ah.
a message.
Eh,
mensaje para Argentina.
Que aprendan de esta experiencia jugando en este hermoso país y junto a todos los chicos de sus edades y aprendan de compartir las experiencias y cómo juegan los otros jugadores.
Cool. Roberto, message for home?
It's great to be in Australia, and I will try to enjoy and in Spanish for the people. Es la primera vez que presentamos un equipos juveniles y espero que no sea la última y vamos a tratar siempre de estar en estos torneos.
Well, muchas gracias for being down here today, for coming, refereeing.
Good Spanish.
Oh, no.
Muchas gracias.
Español es muy malo. Thank you for coming. It's a huge time. It's a volunteer job, and the players are always. And we'll try our best to make them behave. But I hope you have a fantastic week. We will catch up with you later in the week to see how you're going. And I wish you the best of luck with your refereeing. And make sure you keep Angus under control. Keep him honest.
Okay, thank you very much.
Cool. Thank you for joining
And
us.
again, welcome. Thank you for coming.
Argentina! Woo! So Roberto Videla and Carla Brebbia there in our refs timeout. Harry, great to see Argentina here and great to see them bring some referees.
Yeah, and people are excited about reffing as well. A lot of cynical refs out there these days, so it's good to see some new blood in the refereeing rooms, and hopefully they'll bring some excitement to everyone.
And Han, we made a fairly concerted push this time to get more female referees coming along. Do you think there's a barrier for ladies trying to get into the refereeing?
I think that there's less women in the sport in general, which is something that we really need to promote. I'm not sure what the barrier would be. I know a lot of women that I've spoken to feel like they don't like the aggressive feedback, I'll say it like that. But I think there's no reason why women can't be referees. And as Angus said the other week, he actually believes that there will be stronger and better referees, which I found really interesting. So absolutely there's that potential.
I think it's a really important message for us to give out to the players, and one that I know, Dave, you and I have been guilty of at times, is potentially, you know, a little bit of steam coming out of the ears, getting a little bit red-faced and unloading onto a referee and putting undue pressure on them. And I must apologise to everyone who I've ever made quit refereeing over the last 20 years. But Dave, what would you say to the athletes to help them and the coaches to help them get through those tough moments when they want to unload on a referee?
Look, I just chew down on the snorkel, and I know Angus has warned me a few times for talking in my snorkel because he's beginning to understand me now, which is very scary. No, look, I think the thing is just move on. Learn from what the referees call, what they see. Referees see it from a different angle. You're hot and you're fighting for that puck in wherever zone you're in. The referees will see and call to make a fair game for all. That I think that's the important message, is that referees are there to make it a fair game for all. And you can, I'm guilty like you, Nick. I sort of think there's biased referees out there, but I can tell you, 5 minutes after the game's over, it's not a bias. They're up there to call a fair game from their perspective.
So we've made a lot of steps forward to try and get the refereeing better, and upskill a lot of referees, and also spread the pool of referees around. So one of the things we've done this tournament is enforced a country of residence for referees, which sees referees coming from more countries. We've also limited the number of referees that are coming, and hopefully that makes a big difference. So first, we're going to get a word from our sponsors, and then we're going to move into the custom lounge.
This is exciting.
Nage, you know, you know, nage, you know, nage, you know, nage, you know, nage.
I think I might need some.
I think I definitely need some of those fins. No, I'm committed. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Halo got into it. Look at him. Sorry, she's chuffed.
She wants some Nage fins.
I thought that might have been a baby oil advertisement, but I like the Nage touch. It's good.
So now joining us on the couch in the Customs Lounge from the New Zealand Under-19s women's team, we have two players that I wasn't prompted on. So we have...
I'm Georgia.
Georgia.
And I'm Charlotte.
Charlotte. Georgia and Charlotte, thank you for joining us on the couch today, and welcome to Hobart.
Thank you.
Is this your first time in Hobart, or have you been here before?
No, we came here last year for Trans-Tasmans, yeah.
Great. So you're all over it. You know where everything is. The weather's not a surprise. It's good.
Not at all.
And you guys get the joy of being pretty much the only other country apart from Australia that's not jet lagged. Everyone else will be struggling with the jet lag now, but you guys, 3 hours time difference, is it?
I think it's two.
Two.
Yeah, but it's good because it's winter at home as well, so we're used to the cold already, ready to go.
That's good. So no excuses this year then?
Hopefully not.
Now, you guys came here for Trans-Tasman last year. Obviously a super strong team, really good results. Second in Castellon, is that right, to the South African girls?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Either of you guys part of that team?
Yeah, both of us.
So back for blood this year?
Yeah, definitely.
Don't hold back or anything.
So has there been any changes in your prep this year compared to what you did for Castellon? Anything that you've kind of moved around to hopefully hip you that extra spot?
Well, I guess it's just a totally different team from last time, and one of our coaches is the same, and we've got a new assistant coach, so lots of things have changed, but the team's looking really good, so we're happy.
And what has the preparation been for you guys over the last kind of 18 months, 2 years?
I suppose we just had lots and lots of training, training camps leading up to Worlds, and every month just getting together as a team because we all live in different places around, so just getting together, making sure we're all nice and fit.
So how many training camps would you have had over the last preparation for this team, including your selections?
Over the last 6 months for preparation to selection, and afterwards we've had 6.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's been a pretty busy year, and we've been together most months, so in between you'd only have 2 or 3 weeks, so it's pretty hard to improve on fitness scores in that time, but we've been trying our hardest.
And are you excited to have the competition so close to home? There are a lot of supporters coming over to actually be at the competition?
Yeah, definitely. Most of our parents and family are coming over, so really looking forward to seeing them supporting us.
I think there's going to be more Kiwis than Australians.
Oh, look,
I think there might
I'm
usually
pretty
is.
sure.
Competition. It's normally pretty loud, Nick.
I think we've sold 100 supporter tickets
Yeah.
to Kiwi supporters.
Yeah.
So it's
No
50%
good.
of it, which is
Extra, charged extra though. I would assume, so it's all right.
And 4 teams coming from New Zealand this year. Only the few countries bringing 4 teams. Junior hockey in New Zealand is obviously fantastic. What do you think it is that makes New Zealand junior hockey so strong?
I think it's just the schools tournament. Like, we have lots of schools, especially in Auckland, where me and George come from. Yeah, lots of schools just competing, and we have like national tournaments and stuff like that. Everyone competing, yeah.
The New Zealand schools tournament is almost bigger than a Worlds. Well, it is bigger than a Worlds. A lot of the time you guys have 60 or 70 teams. It got to the point where you had to change to having qualifications to get in. Is that correct?
Yeah, we have a regionals, and you go to regionals, and then you qualify the top 4, and sometimes 5 teams qualify, and then you go to nationals. So yeah, it's pretty big.
It must be amazing to have so much competition, and New Zealand's one of the few places where, you know, only every third person you meet's never heard of underwater hockey. It's quite a normal
quite
thing to play
refreshing.
underwater hockey in New Zealand.
Yeah, it's becoming more and more common. It's funny, like, you used to go a few years ago to the store and someone would ask you what sport you play, and you're like, oh, underwater hockey, and everyone would wonder what it was, and you had to like awkwardly try and explain this weird as sport, and then yeah, but it's becoming more and more common, and more people know what we're on about now, so it's really cool.
And
I was going to say, just run us through, obviously you guys still at school?
No, we've just left.
Just left. So run us through an average week for you guys in training wise, you know, obviously fitting in and around school. So what's an average training week for you?
So like, we both have uni, so I suppose hopping in the pool, I'd say 5-6 times, and then, you know, gym, and then club and games and stuff like that.
So roughly kind of doing 12, 13 sessions a week, something like that?
Yeah, we'll try to fit that in, yeah.
Some weeks it's not like that.
Yes, coach. Yes, coach.
Your
Yes,
coach, your coaches are
Yeah, we're getting the gist.
yeah, yes, coach. Yes.
And who are you guys most looking forward to play against?
I'd say probably Australia and South Africa.
Yeah, those two teams for sure.
So that Trans-Tasman rivalry is still very strong?
Yeah.
Yep. And you made some good friends last year at the Trans-Tasman over here?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, no, we know a few people. Like, there's lots of familiar faces. Like, over the years, you just
Yep.
get to like recognise people and know a few names. So it'll be good to catch up with everyone again.
And are you hanging around at all afterwards or straight home after the tournament?
No, we're going straight home. Most of us going straight home.
Yeah, I think there might be 1 or 2 people from between the 4 teams. I'm not too sure, but there'll be some people hanging around, some people going.
No worries. Well, anything else from the panel?
No, I think it's good. I think we've covered on Kiwis. No more for the whole tournament.
Come on, Harry.
Harry.
Okay.
I'm just too hurt from getting beaten.
Well, good luck, girls. I wish you the best of luck in the tournament. The under-19 women's division, 3 games a day, couple of days there. Looking forward to that.
Definitely.
It's going to be busy, but, you know, you get your money's worth when you come here to play all these games.
Absolutely value for money. Well, look forward to seeing you guys around the pool deck. Best of luck in all your games. Thanks for coming in on the couch this afternoon, and
Thank you.
we'll talk to you again, hopefully.
Thank you.
Good luck, girls. Cheers.
Good luck. Yes.
Okay, then our last interview for the day, we've got another in the Customs Lounge. Mind you, he's been sitting in the Customs Lounge for about 3 months now, and not so much the Customs Lounge, but the couch at the Rat Mansion. Hugo from Canada, from the under-23 men's team. Hi.
no.
Cut out.
There you go.
So, Hugo, how is the Rat Mansion? How is the couch? Is there a couch, or is it just a rotting pile of heroin
There's a
blankets?
floor.
Very good.
There's a floor for sure.
Dirt or
Sorry?
is it dirt?
No, I think it's a real floor, maybe not concrete, but
Sure.
So, Hugo, you came 3 months early. Did you just book the wrong ticket, or what happened?
that's a funny question. Actually. No, actually, I had the great opportunity to not do my internship. So, because I'm in electrical engineering in Canada, so I was like, I can stay in Canada and have maybe 1 or 2 practice of underwater hockey per week, or really commit myself, come here, have a lot of hockey, time to train, and maybe find a work. So that's what I did.
So, Hugo, you and I bumped into each other at the pool about a month ago, and we had a little swim session together. How are you finding the Australian training regime versus the Canadian training regime?
Well, I think swimming is swimming. When want to get fit, there's no secret. You have to swim.
Yeah.
So, but I think you put a lot of pressure on I don't know.
On the strength?
On the strength and the speed, I think very key in your game, and I like it. So I really enjoy training with you.
And how have you found the hockey different? So you've been playing 3 nights a week and then some weekends and other things. Is it about the same amount as hockey as you get back home, or very different, more, less?
Definitely more. In fact, my first day I came here, it was a Wednesday, so I just landed and someone took me at the pool. And I was waiting, and then I saw people start coming in the Hobart Aquatic Center, and I was like, oh, okay, there's a lot of people. I never saw that many underwater hockey players. So then, 50 meters pool, and I saw people starting to put the 3 courts. I never saw 3 courts in the same pool with so many players, So I was just like completely...
blown away.
Yeah, blown away. That's it.
And you had 3 games that night too, I think, didn't you?
Yeah, 3 games. It was very great.
All A grade. John threw you right in the deep end, didn't you?
Yeah, and it was completely different. The game was more wide. Yeah, I saw that you like to use the space of the pool. That's the thing that I like in your play.
Don't give away our gameplay
yes,
secrets, right? No one knows that we do it.
You told us you weren't going to do this.
No one knows that.
Hugo, you must be excited to see your teammates who have just arrived or arriving from
Oh my!
Canada.
They are arriving. They were supposed to be here at noon, but their flight had been delayed in Vancouver, so they missed their connection from Sydney Hobart.
Oh,
they will be here tonight.
So I assume they have your uniform. They're bringing your uniform with you?
Yeah, they
Or
will.
are you wearing the uniform right
We'll
now,
have my
Hugo?
uniform.
Canadian outfit, isn't it?
Lovely jacket, Hugo.
Hey, I think we should make it clear, though, the Rat Mansion, actually, when you're living there's actually 4 Australian athletes playing that actually train in that house. So, I mean, we may make fun at the Rat Mansion, but I tell you
It's a
what,
great
they're
refuge. It is.
they're a serious bunch of trainers there.
Yeah, I don't know where else in the world there is a house with 5 underwater hockey players living in the same house. I think it's cool.
All training hard for their Australian teams.
That's right.
Well, Hugo, thanks for joining us. I believe you've got a message in French for everyone back home.
OK, je vais prendre quelques minutes pour dire ça. Dans le fond, c'est pas vrai pantoute. Cette maison-là, c'est terrible, c'est l'enfer. Il y a des rats qui ont tout mangé, ce que j'avais comme linge. J'ai été obligé de trouver ça quelque part dans le fond d'un garde-robe. C'est le seul linge qui me reste. Ils ont tout bouffé mes bâtons d'hockey. Je suis obligé de jouer avec leurs bâtons d'hockey. C'est l'enfer. Venez jamais ici. C'est la pire place que j'ai jamais vue de ma vie. Sérieux, oubliez ça.
Cool.
Oh, wow.
I'll be good, I think.
Such a lovely nice message, Hugo.
It's been an absolute pleasure having you here, Hugo.
Yeah, Hugo,
We've rolled out the red carpet.
Good.
We've given every...
I'll
Don't
just
go,
go.
Hugo, don't go.
Just go.
Hugo.
There you go. No, it's been great having him here. I really enjoyed him.
Absolutely. We'll be sad when he goes.
Yeah, no, we'll be. I think he was saying he's going to spend a little bit more time touring around afterwards up through the center, get some dry time actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think he was going to go and walk the overland track, and he's got some friends staying afterwards, Harry. And I think it's such a good thing to have these international influencers hanging around the pool deck. I know when I've travelled overseas and gone and picked up games of hockey, everyone's so welcoming, and it's been a pleasure to have someone like Hugo staying for 3 months. And in the past, we had Natalie who came and stayed.
We miss you, Nat. It's good.
We've had people from Canada, Colombia, the UK, all sorts of people coming and staying in Hobart, simply because we do have such a good
China.
Chris from China was
Chris
here.
from China.
That's what hockey's all about as well. It's about relationships. And I mean, Hugo stayed at my house one night, and I'll probably go live with him for 3 or 4 years down the track. So
That sounds about fair, Harry. That's what we like to call a Vanderwood exchange.
Classic Harry move.
oh yeah.
So that's the end of the Customs Lounge, and that's the end of our last interviews in the fancy studio. Which I know it's going to be tough to say goodbye to the orange couch, but I am looking forward
It's
to
leather
the
though,
ride
isn't
now.
it? Or
I'm hoping
pleather?
we have a slightly cleaner couch next
No,
time.
No, definitely not. It's going to be. It's
Dank.
going to have wet players sitting on it.
Moist.
So we got a message from the French there saying that they're taking off from France in 3 hours, so they'll be here soon. We'll be able to get them on the show next week when we're down on the pool deck.
Bonjour, bonjour.
So we're now going to drop into a couple of stats that we pulled out just on some team ages. Now I think we'll just overlay those quickly because I know we've rabbited on for a long time during this game. So I just had a quick look through and grabbed some numbers out just to see what the average ages of the teams were, Harry.
Yep.
So we're looking at the under-19s there. You can see we start the USA bringing the youngest team in the under-19 men's division with 17.5 years of age. So they're pretty close to that 19 there. And the French, 18.71. So
That's huge.
There's a reasonable spread there, a year and a half's worth of hockey experience.
French must have a couple of 25-year-olds.
Yeah, you never know with the French, do you? So, and then in under-19 women's, looks like I've sorted it the other way around. So we start with the youngest, the GB team, 16.38, one of the 2 decimal places on that one. So that's quite young given it's a 19's age group.
I saw the list yesterday, and talk about glory days. I see Kendall Banks is looking after the U.S. girls, and I think, I'm not sure, but there were two Banks girls in the team.
Oh, second
Generation.
generation of world players.
Yeah, and I think he was at the first one. Someone might have to correct me, but in Vancouver when the first Worlds were on, I'm sure Kendall was there.
Yeah. That is
That's
going
what we
back.
want to see, an underwater hockey breeding program.
Yeah. We do have the Bridley.
Absolutely.
We have the young Bridley boy in the Australian
Yep.
under-19s, who his father wore this jacket in France in '94. So
It's good he
it's
kept
going
it.
through. Looking at the under-23 teams, it's interesting to see the Colombians there, Harry.
Yeah, the young again. They
Really young team.
always seem like a young team, but they're always just got so much energy and fitness. So I don't think that's going to really play a factor.
The
with
Kiwi
those guys.
team there is quite old. I know a lot of them actually played in the under-23 team in Hungary.
Hungary, yeah.
Oh, so that's 4 years.
Well, they won gold in Hungary as well.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of players with some experience from that New Zealand team. So I expect them to be very strong.
And looking at the girls' hand, you've got your girls there, third from the top. A little bit of an older team of ladies.
Yeah, so we've actually got a couple of players. It'll be their last under-23 Worlds. So hopefully they go out with a bang.
And then the Argentinian and the Colombian teams again, really young in that division. You know, nearly 4 years below the cutoff age.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see that. I think Colombia tends to produce a lot of very young players and ferocious and very, very talented players as well.
It'll be interesting to see how those kind of numbers reflect back against how the ladders end at the end, whether that extra experience does make a difference to where they finish at the end, Dave.
Yeah, no, I say it again. I look until the final pucks drop and the last game goes. That youth, excitement, energy brought to the pool by teams like Argentina and Colombia. You know, they'll just surprise some of those more experienced teams by their presence on the bottom.
Mm. And I also pulled out the 5 youngest and the 5 oldest, just kind of for an out of interest. And I know Benjamin Stepkovic is going to feel robbed because he has been prancing around the pool deck for the last year telling me, I'm going to be the oldest person at Worlds, this is how it's going to go down. He's been pipped by what, 0.1 or 0.5?
Yeah.
0.05 of a
Well,
year?
I think he'll probably look the oldest, Nick, but second, he's going to have to settle with second oldest there. But yeah, there's some oldies, but look at the youngsters.
13 and a half from the USA.
That's Abigail Banks. That's the one I was thinking maybe. Yep.
Yeah. And so the oldest there being Liam Robertson from New Zealand. And we've got another Kiwi there for the girls. It's Georgia Child from the under-23 women's team. They're the 2 oldest Kiwis coming here. So it looks great to see some of that experience hopefully passing down to some of those younger players.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a sort of sport where you do increase your ability with experience. So it'll be very interesting to see how that reflects in the results.
Think about the amount of worlds those young guys, the 13-year-olds, have
left in them.
It's gonna be
Absolutely.
amazing. By the time they're 23, they'll be just
10 worlds
amazing.
down.
Yeah.
I'll be in my Zimmer frame, hopping down to the edge of the Masters pool, and they'll
Get a
still be
hoist
going.
for
They'll be
you.
at their 20th Worlds. So we're going to finish up now with Media Watch, where we look at the action from the week on the Facebook page. Now, I'm going to throw some numbers out here. How far do you reckon the reach of the Facebook page has been this week? How many different people have kind of seen a post at some stage?
Are we talking thousands?
Yeah, how many thousands?
5,000.
Let's say 7.3.
7.3 thousand?
So I'm going a little under here, about 3.4.
Okay. So this week, we've had 52,791
Wow.
views on the Facebook page.
I'm not surprised, to be honest.
Where our peak days, we're doing 17,000 views.
Wow.
We've had 20,000 post engagements. So that's either a like, a post, a share, something like that. For underwater hockey, those numbers, I looked at them today and I was like, no, that's hang on. I'm looking at the wrong thing. But
Yeah.
I think that's phenomenal, Dave.
That's I'm just blown away. Look, very rare to you find me speechless and unable to talk about underwater hockey, but that's fantastic, and I think that's it goes to this age group worlds. I think that's the generation coming through who I'm sure all the young players in the room here all have a phone of some sort and they're tweeting. I saw them taking photos and posting, Instagramming. That's fantastic. Well done. Well done. It's all on you guys.
And
Well
so,
done.
and that's not 53,000 views. That's 53,000 different people's
Wow.
Facebook that it's trolled across. So
Yeah,
I think
well
I think that's great. We're now up to nearly 1,400 page followers, Harry.
Yeah, that's exciting. If you think how many people how many athletes in the tournament?
There's just under 400.
Yeah, so that's
athletes.
a huge amount of extra people just showing
Yeah.
interest in what's going to be
Family,
happening.
friends. Yeah,
And
well
then
done.
the individual battle continues. Now, Hannah, one of your team currently leading in the individual battles. So Tori Wickham, 21,000 views on her player profile.
Look, Tori does have those kind of skills. She's extremely talented with her using her mobile phone, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, look, it's a generation I don't understand. I remember sitting down with Jason, flicking through the player book, looking at the photos. It's just this whole Instagram. I hate to see what's going to happen to Tinder when people get here. It's just going to be out of control. Not that I would look, Han. Obviously, we're happily engaged.
Tom will look after that for you.
From New Zealand, coming in second place, Ryan Dean's player profile with 19,000 views.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a classic.
Yeah, what's he going for there, Harry?
Oh, look, he's just got the whole package going on there. And Bernie Sanders, obviously, a lot of people quite into him.
Yep.
He's got a strong movement in the West, so I can obviously see where the likes
And
are
obviously
coming from.
Bernie himself engaged with that post, which is probably right.
Yeah, obviously he puts the likes on and goes
Tweeting
off.
himself.
And then, thank God, Dave, sitting in third place, you and me with the stream, because, I mean, if we got knocked out of the top three, it was going to be devastating.
We're just going to cancel the world.
Yeah.
At some point.
18,500 views of of our stream posts. Coming in at number 4 in the individual division, we've got Elliot Snedden, is it? From the New Zealand Under-19 men's. 18,000. Now, I can see that's a classic right there. I can see the 18,000 views, and I'll give him that one. So.
Yeah, it's
Dr. Zhivago type looking there.
just a
okay?
gorgeous photo.
Yeah, it is. The light's just fantastic.
Take me to New Zealand.
Our first show has now had 1,000 views.
1,000 views.
I know. When we sat down to brainstorm the first show, I was
7.
like, if we get 150 views, we'll do a second one. If we get 200 views, we might think about doing a third one. The first one's had 1,000 views. The second one's had over 750 now.
Fantastic. Hey, I need to renegotiate my contract.
All right, and that really wraps us up from the Orange Couch. Anything else from you today, David?
No, and I'd just like to thank everyone for watching, and I'd like to thank all the players, and welcome to Hobart. It was really good buzz in the city this week. I saw the British team, I saw the Argentinian teams, and I saw them talking and engaging with some of the local people. It was really good, and I'm really hyped up for this week. It's starting all this Monday, I think, training starting and games. And I look forward to calling a lot and watching a lot of the games. So good luck, everyone, and we'll see you on the poolside, and I look forward to catching up with all of you after the games.
And Han, thanks for joining us. You've got a massive 2 weeks ahead of you coaching. Any words of wisdom to your players or to other under-23 ladies teams out there?
Well, obviously this is just to my players, but just to look after yourselves, do everything that your coach tells you and play your best.
All the coach could ever want. Harry, you're actually sadly leaving us, which
Yeah.
usually I wouldn't be disappointed about, but
Yeah.
this time I am. So
Look, late call up. Nothing I could have done about it. Have
off
to
to
leave.
commentate the NFL.
Yeah, got a big gig overseas, so obviously with underwater hockey not paying huge amount, I had to depart. But you can catch me on the opening ceremony edit that will be on the YouTube site. So get involved in that if you want to see. Hopefully we'll have a bit of some weird stuff going on there. It's got a little bit of information about each of the teams, some strange things. So hopefully we'll try and make it a bit fun. So.
Thanks for joining us, Harry.
No, it's been a pleasure.
So we're not really sure where our next broadcast will be, when it will be, where it will be coming from. We do have the lovely brown vinyl couch set up on the pool deck. We will be doing impromptu interviews, grabbing people on there, having chats and conversations. Keep an eye on the Facebook feed, keep an eye on the YouTube channel, and we'll keep you updated with when things are going to happen as best we can. If this is your first time viewing, flick back, pick up the Soundless episode 2 and the fabulous episode 1 from the Robertisso mansion, I would recommend jumping on the supporters page, which is tinyurl/support Hobart, I believe, as that is where you can pick up your supporters tickets. The pre-sale supporters tickets will close midnight tomorrow night, so this is your last chance to grab those at their $25 price. Jump on and get your party ticket. We haven't plugged the party anywhere near enough tonight, but the party is happening. Party tickets are at tinyurl.com/Hobart Party. They will be on sale until Sunday night next week. Jump on, get your pre-sale ones, otherwise they will be more expensive. Prices will go up. Lastly, don't forget, GoFundMe, Hobart. Oh, what did I put? There we go. Hobart 2017. If you want to support the streaming and put some funds in, let us know. Thanks again. This has been the Glory Days. Thanks to everyone for coming in today. We've filled the studio. Give everyone a wave. Give everyone a thumbs up. Thanks for coming in, and we sign out from the Glory Days.
Yeah. Good luck, Nick.
Glory Days.